The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Danny Garcia will fight Terence Crawford at 160 if he beats Erisandy Lara. So Danny Garcia is fighting Lara for his 160-pound WBA title. Now, if you go on BoxRec, you probably won't see this because they removed the WBA championship from BoxRec. But Danny Garcia is actually attempted to become a 3-division world champion if he beats Lara. Now, Terence Bud Crawford just fought Madrimov at 154, and he's looking for opportunities and he's looking for fights. And Danny Garcia said if he gets past Lara, he's willing to fight Terence Bud Crawford so that he can put on a mega fight for the fans.
I like the fight with Danny Garcia and Lara. My thing with this fight is a few things. I think this is dangerous for both men. I looked at it like people looking at Lara, like Lara might knock out Danny. Danny Garcia has never been knocked out before. He's lost some tough fights, but Danny Garcia has never been knocked out before. Maybe it's the sixth toe that keeps him up. You know what I'm saying? But Danny Garcia hasn't been knocked off the sixth toe, But Lara has been on a tear of knocking out opponents. He actually knocked out the last guy, was devastated knockout, and the guy before that knocked out. So Lara's been sitting down on his punches, became a different type of fighter. He's not to move around on his toes and move around the ring and get the points. He's been knocking guys out at this 160 weight. Danny Garcia is moving up to 160. We haven't seen Danny fight since what was it?
Benavidez.
Yeah, 2 years, right? And then he's going up to 160 to fight a guy who's been knocking out people. But people forget how good Danny Garcia was. You know what I'm saying? Not only was he a champion at 140, the man at 140, and was knocking out boogeymans there, he ended up going up to 147 and fought tough opposition there and did fairly well and became champion, 2-time champion in 2 different weight classes. You're definitely going to see Danny Garcia in the Hall of Fame. He got that Philly heart, So I would love to see Danny Garcia in there. The boy can box. Danny can box. He can fight. And that no-look left hook, if he can't do the no-look left hook, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? It's time, though. It's a time no-look left hook. So if he hits you with that, it's a wrap. But I like to see both guys out there. This is a good fight. I like the card. And if he does get past Lara, the fight with him and TC, I know they got a history from the amateurs. They were supposed to fight each other in the pros, and they never got to it. But yeah, if he can get this belt from Lara at 160, it'll be dope if him and Terence Crawford can get it on at 160. And then if Terence Crawford can win, then that further his legacy, gives him another belt. And, he put him up there with the same collection of belts with Floyd. Floyd, but he got something Floyd don't. He was undisputed in 2, So it makes him 5-time world champion in 5 different weight classes. Plus, he was undisputed in 2. So we'll see.
If Danny Garcia goes out there and he beats Lara, do you think that there would be a bigger fight for Terence Crawford at 154 than Danny Garcia at 160? Like any opponent that he can face at 154, do you think it would be bigger than him fighting Danny Garcia at 164 to win a world title in his 5th weight class?
Let's just see. Let's just break it down right now. You got at 154, we got the champions there. We got Sebastian Fondora, WBC, WBO, and you got Victor Ortiz there with no belt. Tim Tszyu, Erisandy Lubin, and stuff like that. No, because to the casual, they don't know who those guys are. But
what about the Spence rematch?
The who?
Spence rematch.
Not even close. People seen what he did with Spence. Nobody want to see that again. I don't even want to see Spence again. I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see Spence again. I think he should just go fishing with the family like he been doing. Start a podcast with Yellow Beezy. You know what I'm saying? Don't just. I don't want to see him.
I know that's not a podcast with him.
I don't want to see
It's
him.
an entertainment.
I don't want to see him in the ring no more. But a fight with TC and Danny Garcia would do well. You talk about the past. You can bring back old photos of these guys. How there's been an old rivalry for years. You know what I'm saying? I think they even.
1-1, yeah.
Yeah, they had the last one that won was Danny.
No, TC
won the last one. Oh, all right, cool. I thought
Danny said he won the first one, and then he got invited to a tournament by TC, and he fought TC in the tournament. And but both of them won by one punch. So the first fight, Danny beat TC by one punch. In the second fight, TC beat Danny by one punch.
You gotta get it on. You see how Ryan and Devin did it? They made that the big whole thing for them fighting. 3-3. They tied. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it on. That was what Devin wanted to say. Yeah, we 3-3. Let's get it on. They're fighting a guy that didn't have a belt. Both, you know what I'm saying? So maybe this is where TC can use. You know what I'm saying? He can go in there, fight Danny Garcia, say we both 1-1, and have a great storyline there. They've been knowing each other for a while. And I think that would be a good fight. It'll bring out some people. People will come out for that fight, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? People will come out for that fight. Danny Garcia has a fan base. I don't know over the years since people haven't seen him fight, they started hating on Danny. You know what I'm saying? But Danny got a fan base. He got a strong fan base. Everybody loved Danny. Except for, you know what I'm saying, the people from, what's the name, when he knocked out Matisse, they still holding a grudge. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, everybody loved Danny, But yeah, I would love to see that fight, my brother.
I think there's some question marks. For me, Lara, he has 2 knockouts, but he didn't knock out the best opposition. Like, let's be real. Let's not, sugarcoat it. He knocked out, we talked about Carmelo Moten's knockout. I mean, they probably were just a notch above Carmelo's opponent on the floors of the card. I haven't seen him knock out anyone where I'm like, oh, man, that's crazy. Dude had a granite chin. I haven't seen him get a knockout of one of those guys. But on the flip side to that, you have Danny Garcia, who's been inactive for 2 years. And he's not returning at the weight class that he fought at. He's moving up in weight. So we're talking about off for 2 years and moving up in weight. So what type of shape is he going to be in? Is he still going to have the explosiveness? Is he still going to have punching power? Because really, at the end of the day, Danny's all about timing, punching power. He doesn't do one thing great. He does a lot of things well, and that's what makes him a solid fighter. So those are the question marks. Now, here's the real hypothetical. If Danny beats Lara in a decisive decision, I think that elevates his stock because no one's seen him for 2 years, and he would return looking, spectacular to the point where people will start to say again, okay, can Bud go and do it at 160? Can he go beat Danny? Because Bud has defeated a lot of fighters. He defeated Sean Porter, but Sean Porter gave him a tough fight, a hell of a fight. Probably one of his best fights in recent years. He dominated Errol Spence. But Danny, in my personal opinion, beat Sean, and a lot of people attest to that. And Danny lost to Errol Spence, but he gave Spence, he gave Spence a tough fight. Probably not, to me, it was a decisive victory for Errol Spence. But again, that was a different Spence than the one TC fought. So now you talk about Danny and TC. If they get in that ring, to me, that would generate some revenue. But on the flip side, if Danny Garcia knocks out Lara, if he KOs Lara, to me, there's no doubt that's a massive fight. That's a huge fight because it would show that Danny carried his power to 160. And the only chance a lot of people would give Danny a beating, Terence Crawford, is his power. So if he KOs Lara, which is something Canelo didn't do, which is some other people couldn't do, again, you got to find these selling points. That's a selling point. He knocked out Lara. Canelo couldn't knock out Lara. Now you're talking about Danny being back on the big scale, and you got Bud Crawford, Terence Crawford, Danny Garcia. To me, that fight is a great fight, and that fight does numbers. I'm not saying it will break 1 million, but I wouldn't put it past it breaking 1 million. My point is that fight will probably do better than Terence Bud Crawford did with Earl Spence. And I know some people are going to get mad. Go check the numbers. Like Trill said, Danny does bring them out. Just go check the numbers.
Yeah, he got youth on his side in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Going against Lara being 41 years old. And you was just talking about Danny, my brother. It made me just think, Danny's resume, he has a great resume, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I was just going through it. I'm seeing even starting from the top. From back in the days, starting with the Ashley Therapanes, the Mike Arnaitis and Nate Campbell, Kendall Holt, the Eric Moraleses, Amir Khan, Zab Judah, Martinez, Herrera, Peterson, Malignaggi, Guerrero, Vargas, Thurman, Rios, Porter, you know what I'm saying? Spence, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Danny has fought everybody. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Danny Garcia. I think that would be.
I just want to make one. Matisse. I know you meant Matisse, but you said Matias. So I just want
Matias. I mean Matisse.
Puerto Rico might. When did they fight? That was a Puerto Rican brawl. I missed
it. Yeah. Y'all let us know how y'all feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. I'm the Commissioner Trill Dollar Bill. It's my brother Cadence, LLG for life. The Boxing Bros.